Well, ahead of the vote, look at what's actually being cut in that 6-month spending plan Congress is about to vote on. The National Endowment for the Arts, $155 million still in, $6 million cut out. The National Gallery of the Arts, $48 million still in, $4 million cut out. Nearly $40 million for something called the Institute of Peace, still in, all of $7 million cut out. To the Daily Caller's Jonathan Strong on the cuts that he says just don't cut it. Jonathan, this is really incredible, one after the other. Do people know what we got here?
Well, the story here is the budget trickery that they have employed, and let me tell you a little bit about how it works. You take money for the U.S. Census. Every 10 years, the government conducts the census. The government sent a whole bunch of money to an agency to conduct that, but try as they might, they weren't able to spend it all. So $6.2 billion was still sitting in a government account. They're saying in this bill, send it back and counting it as a spending cut, even though it would have never been spent.
Well, that's not true. It's money that was allocated, so if you unallocate it, then it counts as a cut by the way Washington plays the numbers?
That's right. Here's another example. The Justice Department has an account where all the assets they seize from the criminals they prosecute goes into. Billions of dollars here. And every year, Congress says you can spend, you can spend $100 million of this money in this account, and they count the rest of it as a spending cut. In this bill, $5 billion is from this supposed spending cut.
All right. Nevertheless, when push came to shove, they did almost shut down the government on the basis of all of this. So there were, pray tell, some real cuts here, weren't there?
When you get down to the real number of what actually counts, Tim Fernholz at National Journal did the math. It's $14.7 billion in discretionary cuts. That's what everyone thought was mostly at issue when they announced the deal Friday night, but when we see the fine print, it's less than anyone would have imagined.
So that would leave about $24 billion that wasn't what it appeared to be. I could imagine a couple of Tea Partiers and the like who, getting wind of that, would say, whoa, 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 I'm not signing this.
Well, yeah, conservatives in Congress are already starting to mount their opposition to the bill. Jim Jordan, who's the head of the Republican Study Committee, has said he's voting against it, and we're starting to see that momentum build in Congress.
Any chance that such is the momentum that it torpedoes this thing?
We'll have to see. At least Republicans are likely going to have to rely on Democratic votes to get it passed through the House on Thursday.
Wow, that's a reversal of fortunes there. Jonathan Strong, Daily Caller, thanks, buddy. Good stuff.
Thank you.
Well, my next guest